So we begin our next part of revision as a part of our day 2 coverage. First we are going to focus on statistics module 8, which is index number and time series. Okay. Max module 2 we will look at it after this, or we'll look at it subsequently also. Okay. So we're going to start with index number and time series. On an average, about 4 to 5 questions from this chapter you can expect. Completely formula based chapter. Okay va? In the chapter la formula clear புரிஞ்சிட்டீங்கன்னா method of working புரிஞ்சிட்டீங்கன்னா அதை தாண்டி வேற எதுவுமே கிடையாது. You don't have to worry about anything else in this chapter. Okay? So let's directly get into the chapter. Types of index numbers. So what is an index number? It is nothing but a relative of indices over a period of time, or relative of price or quantities over a period of time with a standard base. The base is a fixed common value. It is a fixed base for which we are computing the index number. So for 3-4 years if you are computing index na, the base year will always remain as the same. So the denominator will remain the same. And remember, index number for the base year is always equal to 100. Okay. Now when you come to types of computation of index numbers, these are all the various type of index numbers that will be asked from your examination perspective. First, simple aggregate index number. Total of all the prices divided by of current year divided by total of all the prices of base year into 100. இப்போ அதே quantity index கேட்டாங்கன்னா total of all the prices of quantities of current year by total of all the quantities of base year by into 100. Next, simple average of relatives. They will mention whether the average is AM or GM. If the question is silent, use AM. But if the question is clearly giving you hints, use GM. You should use the GM method. Yes. So sorry, let's continue. So if they are using AM abdina, what we need to do is, first we need to take the relative of all the prices, which means for every item we need to do P1 by P0 into 100. Then take the total, divide by total number of values. Okay, so P1 by P0 into 100, take the total and divide by total number of observations n. If they ask for GM, then we need to do P1 by P0 into 100 பண்ணிட்டு, then we need to take the product of the values and take the nth root. Okay, same applies for quantity index also. So let's quickly do one question, sample question with just random numbers, so that you are able to understand these 3 simple methods. Okay, then we will go to the weighted methods. Let's quickly complete the simple index methods first. So, I am giving you an example. Excuse me. So I have just given an example of price and quantities of 3 commodities for 2 years. So year 0 is the base year, this is the current year. Okay. Now first if you have to do simple aggregate price index, total of P1 and total of P0 you need to take. So total this 90. Here it will be 86. So answer will be 90 divided by 86 into 100. Now this will be the price index. What is the value? 104.65. Now this is the index for which year? Is it for 2020 or 2024? This is the price index for 2024 in this example. Year 1 oda price index. Remember, year 0, அதாவது base year oda index is always 100. Price index கேட்டாலும் 100, quantity index கேட்டாலும் 100 தான். For base year, index is always 100. Same way, if I have to do quantity index, total all the quantity divided by total of quantity of the base year. So this is 6, this is 4, 7. So value will be 6 by 7 into 100. Answer will be 85.71. I'm sorry, 85.71. Yeah. Okay. Now for the same example, we are going to do simple average of price relatives of arithmetic mean method. So now what we need to do is, we need to do P1 by P0 into 100. Individually, sigma kadayade, individually we need to do. So we need to do P1 by P0 into 100 separately. 32 by 30 into 100. Same way 30 by 31 into 100. So first one will be 106.67. 30 by 31 into 100. 96.77. And 28 by 25 into 100. 112. Okay. Now, if it is GM nu ketalu ide method da, AM nu ketalu ide method da. First in the step is common. Now for AM what we need to do is, 1 minute friend, I think my system has slowed down. Yes. So for AM what we need to do is, these three values we need to take the total and then divide it by 3. So take the total and divide it by 3. 106.67 plus 96.77 plus 112. Now divided by 3, you will get the final answer as 105.15 or 146, whatever it is. So this is the method of simple average. Okay. Am I clear? Now in the same question, if they ask simple average of relatives under GM, now you need to do cubic root of these three values. 106.67, 96.77, 112. One 6.67 into 96.77 into 112. Now multiply and then take the cubic root. So you will get 104.95. Now how to take the cubic root? In calculator, don't spend time doing logarithm functions and all. Use the calculator shortcut for taking cubic root. For taking any nth root, you have to press root button 15 times. Then do -1. Then divided by n. n garde endha root venumo and n. Ipo cubic root na n vandu 3. Fifth root na n vandu 5. Fourth root na n vandu 4. Edhukku venal you can use. Then +1. Then press into equal to button 15 times. So in the number whatever multiplication panna appuram enna number irukko adha calculator la vechinde do square root button 15 times -1 divided by 3 +1 into equal to. If you do into equal to once, then that is one time. And the mari pair you have to do 15 times. So this is the shortcut for finding out any nth root. You can use it even for 7th root, 6th root, 5th root, 8th root, endha root venal kandupidikalam using this shortcut. Just this n number alone will change. Balance all method will remain the same. In the number +1 -1 ella adhe da irukum. See, in the exam you are not allowed scientific calculators or mobile calculators, you are very well aware. So you have to use it in the normal calculator only. So clear with the simple averages of relatives, both AM and GM method, friends? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, sometimes the same question, they can ask you, calculate weighted arithmetic mean of relatives using weights. So, same question if I say, for example, if I say, same numbers, but the weights will be given to you separately. The weights, they can give it to you separately here. Using weights, say 2 2 1 2 1 2 எப்படி வேணாலும் weights கொடுக்கலாம், or 1 2 3 அந்த மாதிரி என்ன weight வேணாலும் கொடுக்கலாம். So in that case, let me take these numbers. You have calculated the price relatives, right? The price relatives 106.67, 96.77, 112. Let us assume the weights given will be say 1 2 3 அப்படின்னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னா, or 2 2 3 அப்படின்னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா, what you need to do is you need to do sigma PW, which is this into weights, relative value into weights you need to do. 67 into 2, 213.34, 96.77 into 2, 193.54, and 112 into 3, 336. Take the total. Which is 742.88 divided by total of the weights. This weighted arithmetic mean formula only, but instead of frequency we are using the weights method. Avlodha. So 2 plus 2 4 plus 3 7. So you will do price index will be equal to 742.88 by 3 பண்ணக்கூடாது, by total of the weights பண்ணணும் if you are doing this weighted method. So 742.88 by 3, sorry, by 7. Answer will be 106.125 or 126, whatever it is. Clear? So we have seen aggregates method, simple aggregates method, simple arithmetic mean of relatives, simple geometric mean of relatives, weighted arithmetic mean of relatives with fixed weights. Clear so far? Yes, friends?
Excellent.
Yes. So take down the formula once and go through. Then we will go to, yes, so continuing, we are going to see weighted aggregates. In that there are 4-5 methods. the question will specifically tell you which method they want you to use. You have to accordingly use. Now first one is last buyer's index. Last buyer's index uses weights as base year weights. So base year weights will be taken. See here Q0, Q0. Otherwise if it is for quantity index, P0, P0. So the base year weights will be taken for last buyer's index. For purchase index, current year weights will be taken. This is very important. For last buyer's index, base year weights. For purchase index, current year weights. Fisher's index will take geometric mean of last buyer and purchase, which is root of last buyer's index into purchase index. And Bowley's index will take arithmetic mean of last buyer and purchase, L plus P divided by 2. Okay. The other two, Marshall, Edgeworth and Kelly's index, are not very frequently used, but if asked, the formula is given to you. Repeated area of testing will be the first four. Last pair, Pache, Fishers, Bowley. இது நாலு கண்டிப்பா நிறைய தடவை கேட்க chances இருக்கு. Marshall, Edgeworth very rarely asked. Okay. So last pair's index formula P1 Q0 by P0 Q0 into 100. Pache's index P1 Q1 current year weight divided by P0 Q1 into 100. Remember, numerator la enna weight irukko, same weight will come in the denominator also. The value will flip if it is quantity index. For quantity index, for last pair, it is Q1 P0 because their price is the weight and Q quantity is the index. So Q1 P0 by Q0 P0 into 100 and Pache's index will be Q1 P1 by Q0 P1 into 100. Okay. And the last part will be weighted average of relatives will be sigma PV by sigma V or sigma QV by sigma V. If the question asks you to find out weighted average of relatives and they are not giving you the weights, suppose question la weights kudukala ana weighted average of relatives அப்படினு கேட்டிருக்காங்கன்னா, then just to do last buyer's index you will get the same answer. Sometimes they will confuse by using the word calculate consumer index or cost of living index or consumer price index. எது கேட்டாலும் find out last buyer's index. You will get the correct answer. Okay, please make a note, very very important. If they use the word consumer price index, cost of living index or weighted average of relatives without giving the weights. Okay, if they give the weights, then we have already learned how to do that. Previous sum we did. Without giving the weights, now you have to do last buyer's index.
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Consumer price index, cost of living index, இன்னொன்னு வேற என்ன சொன்னீங்க?
Consumer index.
அது இல்லைங்க மேம். Consumer price index, cost of living index, இன்னொன்னு சொன்னீங்க.
No, okay. That's all. Consumer index or consumer price index, both meaning the same here.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Or sometimes they will use the word CII. அதாவது price quantity ரெண்டும் கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க, weights கொடுத்திருக்க மாட்டாங்க. Price quantity ரெண்டும் இருக்கும் ஆனா.
Price quantities ரெண்டும் இருந்து weight இல்லனா less price ஓட யூஸ் பண்ணலாம்.
Yes, absolutely. weights இருந்ததுனா என்ன weights கொடுத்திருக்காங்களோ அதுதான் யூஸ் பண்ணனும். இப்போ போன சம்ல பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா, என்ன weights கொடுத்திருக்காங்களோ அதுதான் யூஸ் பண்ணனும். weights கொடுக்கலனா price quantity வச்சு last buyer's index formula யூஸ் பண்ணனும். Is it clear?
மேம், அதுலயே less price ஓடதுலயே நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது price index அப்படின்றனால P1 Q0 by P0 Q0 into 100 அந்த ஃபார்முலா தான்.
Yes, correct. அதுல weight வந்து Q0ங்கிறது தான் weight, which is base year weight. Okay. Now coming to value index, which is the last, sigma P1 Q1, which is price current year, quantity current year, by P0 Q0, price base year, quantity base year, into 100. This is value index. இதுல price index, quantity index லாம் கிடையாது. Value index னா ஒரே formula தான். P1 Q1 by P0 Q0 sigma into 100. Is it clear? Now, to the test of adequacy of index numbers. There are 4 tests of adequacy of index numbers. Again, for theory portion, this you have to remember. Unit test. Index numbers should be unit free. Time reversal test, which means the index number should be reversible in time. Price index 01 into 10, which means price index of current year to base year to current year. If you reciprocate, answer should be 1. And only Fisher's index will satisfy the given time reversal test. Same way, factor reversal test. P into Q, which is price into quantity, should be equal to value. So price index P01 into quantity index Q01 is equal to V01. This formula again will be satisfied only by Fisher's index. And the last is circular test, which is an extension of time reversal test, where more than one time period is used. So it is a chain where P01, P12, P23, and when you complete, it comes to back to year 0. When you complete the cycle or the circle, the result reciprocal, it will result in 1. And Fisher's index does not satisfy time circular test. Fisher's index will satisfy only time reversal and factor reversal, not circular test. The only test which satisfies circular test is weighted geometric mean of relatives. Weighted geometric mean of relatives. Okay? This ellame theory da. They are not going to ask you question or sum nu kekka matanga, but this is all could be potential theory questions. Please make a note of these.
Ma'am, formula the Marshall Edgeworth and the tabular column irundadula ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
And idha mattum konjam scroll pandringala oru.
Yeah.
Yes ma'am.
Please take down. Done?
Yes ma'am.
Yes. Now moving on to the last part, which is time series. In time series, please remember, practical question rendu type da irukum. One is calculate moving averages, calculate semi averages. We will come to that. But theory, they can ask you on the types of trend. There are 4 types of trends. Secular trend, which is a long-term increase or decrease of values. Oscillatory trend. Oscillatory means up and down trend, where the cycle or the trend will keep repeating either seasonally or cyclical. Seasonal trend means the up and down chain will keep coming within a year. Like within 1 year itself, the same cycle keeps repeating again and again. Cyclical trend means the repetition, the up and down does not repeat within a year. The up and down will come probably once in 3 years, once in 4 years, or once in 5-6 years. So that is a cyclical trend. And the last one is irregular trend or random trend. It is a random movement, up and down movement, where there is no prediction. Now a trend equation can be written as either as an addition or as a multiplication. So addition model na addition of secular plus seasonal plus cyclical plus random. Or multiplication model means product of seasonal plus secular plus secular, seasonal, cyclical or random. So these are the points you have to remember when it comes to trends with respect to the theory. Now coming to the calculation of time series or analysis of time series, there are two types of questions that they can ask. Calculate moving average, calculate semi-average. Now let's take an example. Okay. Now suppose, first, if I ask you to calculate semi-average, now you need to see whether the number of years is odd or even. If it is even, exactly divide the years into half. First half will be one average, second half will be one average. That is what is semi-average. Okay. So here it is odd. So when it is odd, what we need to do now? We need to ignore the middle year. Which is the middle year? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Appo middle year என்னது 4. இதை ignore பண்ணிருங்க. Take the average of the first 3 and the last 3. So 30 plus 25 plus 21 divided by 3. Very simple. $25.33. And here it will be 28 plus 26 plus 29 by 3. 27.67. That's all. Very, very simple. Nothing beyond this. If it is even number of years, na, ida vida kuda venda. Exactly. Suppose if it is say 6 years, first 3 or average, second 3 or average. That's all. If it is 8 years, how will you split? 4. Like that you need to split and answer. So this is what is trend of semi-averages. Clear with this?
Ma'am, percentage average ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு கேக்குறாங்கல, அதுக்கு தான் இது மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணா கரெக்ட்டா இருக்குமா?
என்னதுமா?
4 centered average ன்னு கேட்பாங்கல ஒரு சில questions.
In the question if they ask you calculate the 4 centered average அப்படினா you need to calculate the moving average. I will tell you how to calculate that.
Yes ma'am, okay.
Now same question we are going to see how to calculate the moving average. Now moving average can be done for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, எப்படி வேணாலும் பண்ணலாம். Okay. Now 3 centered average na 3 year moving average. 4 centered na 4 year. 5 centered na 5 years. 6 centered na 6 years. Very simple. Now if it is odd 3, 5, 7 இப்படிலாம் கேக்குறாங்கன்னா, let's take an example. Okay. Suppose in the same question, if I am asking you to calculate the moving average, 3 centered moving average அப்படின்னா 3 year moving average. So 3 year moving average, let us assume I want to calculate for year 2. Whichever year is given, asked, that will be the middle year. So this will be the middle number. How many years we need? We need 3 years. So you need to take one before, one after. So in the 3 எடுத்துக்கணும். Suppose if they ask you to calculate 3 year moving average for year 4, then what numbers you will take?
3, 4, 5.
Very good. 3, 4, 5. So like that you need to take. Suppose if I ask you to calculate 5-year moving average for year 4. 5-year na enna padano? Given year is the center year. 2 years before, 2 years after. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. இதோட average எடுக்கணும். புரிஞ்சுதா? Am I clear now?
Yes ma'am. இன்னொரு வாட்டி மட்டும் இத மட்டும் repeat பண்றீங்களா? 4 year ஓட.
4 year என்ன சொல்லலமா? I have only told you 3 year and 5 year. Are you following me? Okay, I am repeating again. If they ask you a 3-year moving average or 5-year, which is any odd year moving average, 3, 5, 7, எது கேட்டாலும் take the given year. Take the number, equal number of years before and after. For example, if they are asking you 3 அப்படினா, given year is the middle year. 1 before, 1 after you need to take. If they are asking you 5-year moving average means you need to take the middle year, given year as the middle year, 2 years before, 2 years after. Okay? So 3-year moving average means take the 3 values divided by 3. 5-year moving average means take the 5 values divided by 5. Clear? Is the odd moving averages clear?
Yes ma'am.
Yes. Now come to even moving averages, which is what you were asking me. Suppose if they ask you 4-year average. 4 lana, what is the challenge? I cannot find out middle value. 4 means there is no middle value, correct? So how you need to do is, one minute. Okay. Suppose, let us take an example. I am asking you to find out the 4-year moving average of year 3. Of year 3. Okay, இப்போ year 3 கேட்டிருக்காங்க. Now, can I keep year 3 as the center? No. So, how to do 4-year moving average? Very simple. You need to do year 3 moving average like this. So, you should start with 2 before, 1 after. Remember the rule for 4-year average, it is 2 years before, 1 year after. And 1 year before, 2 years after. ரெண்டுமே எடுத்துக்கணும். So, let us do for year 3 here. Year 3 க்கு முன்னாடி 2 years, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is one combination. Another combination will be 1 year before, 2 years after. 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I clear? So, the two combinations that you have to take for even numbers, remember for everything you have to take 2 combinations. First combination will be 2 before, 1 after. Another combination will be 1 before, 2 after. So, இப்போ you need to do the calculation. How to do the calculation? Do the average for both combinations. First combination average சொல்லுங்க. 30 plus 25 plus 21 plus 30 divided by 4. One not 6 by 4. First combination, how much you are getting? 26.5. Now, this is not the final answer. You have to do the second combination, which is year 3 lerundu 1 before, 2 after. 1 before means I am taking from year 2, 2 after. 4, 5 varikku edukanum, which is 25 plus 21 plus 30 plus 28. 25 plus 21 plus 30 plus 28. 104 by 4, which is 26. Now, you need to take average of these two. So, total divided by 2. Okay. So, which is 26 plus 26.5 divided by 2. which is, what is the final answer? 26.25. This is the final answer of the moving average of 4 years. In the 4 year centered average, 6 year centered average, even number la ketangana, this is how you need to do. For 4 year centered average, you have to take 2 averages. 2 before, 1 after. Then 1 before, 2 after. Rendu eduthapuram, you need to calculate the average of the 2 answers. In your material, they would have done moving total, then divided by 8 and perissa pannirpanga. Don't get confused. This is the simplest method, and this method will give you the answer very correctly.
Ma'am, odd க்கு சொன்னீங்கல, இப்ப 3 and 5 சொன்னீங்கல.
Yes,
இப்ப
ma'am.
3 க்குனா 1 preceding 1 after 1 அதை எடுத்து divided by
3.
divide by என்ன மேம் போடணும் அப்ப அதுக்கு?
Divide by 3. 3 year average na divide by 3.
அதே மாதிரி 5 க்கு மேல வந்துட்டு preceding 2
after 2 total divided by 5.
இது ரெண்டு தான் மோஸ்ட்லி வந்து ஆட்ல கேட்பாங்களா மேம்?
Odd la frequently asked is 3 and 5, even la frequently asked is 4 and 6.
6 க்கு நீங்க சொன்ன இந்த
Yes, I will give you the rule for 6 also. For 6, like 4 year, 6 year ku the rule will be, adhe mari rendu eduthukanum. First combination will be 3 before, 2 after. Second combination will be 2 before, 3 after. Center value எடுத்துப்பீங்க எப்படியுமே, given value எடுத்துப்பீங்க. கரெக்ட்டுங்களா? So, before after combination தான் இங்க மாறும். That's all. Divided by 6 பண்ணணும், பண்ணிட்டு you have to take the average. But very, very frequently tested is 3, 4, 5. Is that clear, friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this chapter, if you look at your ICMA study material, 1 minute, let me take your study material. Now in your study material, in the last chapter, which is in your module 8, you have a set of questions, about 20 questions they would have given. Of all these sums, all basic sums only they would have given. This questions itself is more than enough for your practice in this chapter, apart from the conceptual theory that we discussed in the class. Okay, so questions இதே மாதிரி question தான் repeat பண்றாங்க, எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா வேற question கேட்க மாட்டாங்க, or they can ask you theory oriented question. So you need not worry about additional model questions from this chapter. The questions are repeated from the same pattern. They are asking you to calculate either average relatives method, aggregate method. So question clear ah padichave therinjiro what method they are asking you to calculate the index number or the trend, moving average or semi average, whatever it is. Based on what is asked, apply the formula. Again, this is a out and out formula based chapter. Is it clear? Any doubts in this chapter? Any doubts, friends?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So with this we have completed up to index number and time series chapter. So in statistics we have completed module 4, 5 and 8. Okay, and we will be continuing with the rest of the modules in the next class. And till now in statistics 4, 5 rendathiyum sethu about 20 marks, and in the question in the chapter la somewhere about 7 to 10 marks, 8 to 10 sorry 6 to 10 marks. So out of your 60 marks of statistics, about 30 marks, 25 to 30 marks, these chapters alone are covering. And if you are practicing the formula clearly and the concepts clearly, very scoring area is going to be statistics. That 60 marks la minimum 40 to 45 marks is scoring. Okay, so what you have to focus on is preparation with respect to formula and practice the different models that we have discussed in the class. And very, very important is in measures of central tendency, dispersion, we have learned the properties in படிச்சிருக்கோம் இல்லையா, அதை clear-ஆ படிச்சுக்கோங்க. So theory oriented question la அந்த மாதிரி properties related linda chances of coming is very high. Okay, meaning, properties, idhilendhu vara theory questions da will be high. Theory will not be somewhere out of the blue. Theory will be what you already know. But it is just, instead of asking as practical question, they might put it in the form of theory. Okay. So with this, we end our today's revision and we will continue tomorrow with maths.